Welcome to reality! I'm Johnny.
And I'm Bjorn.
And today we're giving you another instalment of greatness. Now, a lot of weird things going on this week. I was watching the Labour Party conference yesterday, Bjorn.
Oh, I've seen it.
Never before have I seen such a den of filth and scum in my life. Well, it's like who could be the freakiest on stage competition. It's a mix of runts and inbreds. What did you see?
It's hard to fucking explain what I've seen. I'm still trying to come to terms with it.
I know there's a lot of ratty people going on stage.
Don't they all look sickly?
Very, very. It's probably because they're vegan, most of them.
Probably.
I saw a bloke on there say that there's too many white people putting their hands out. I thought it was extremely racist.
There are too many white men putting their hands up. There are too many white men putting their hands up.
I felt oppressed.
It is oppressive.
It's
It is oppressive. The white people are oppressive today, especially white men.
Exactly.
They're oppressed today.
Is racism, is sexism going on? Did you see the conference? Look it up. Look it up. You got all sorts, a mix of all different things. And if Labour keep up like that, they're never going to have a chance again. And we want Labour to come back as a good party again, maybe.
Not what it's become the last sort of 20 years.
They're allowing sexism, racism, anti-Semitism. But it's okay, because they're sending their politicians to do anti-Semitic training soon.
But this is the thing, see? If you have to send your politicians to go and learn how to not be anti-Semitic, then there's a big fucking problem, isn't it?
It's pretty fucking mental, isn't it? Pretty fucking mental. You should just not be racist anyway, shouldn't you? Shouldn't that be how you should just be? Any normal
I thought
human...
everybody was brought up to be told this.
You do get some parents that are a bit racist, I guess.
I suppose.
And they breed it, but it's very rare. Humans naturally aren't racist. It's introduced to them.
I was shopping the other day. My little boy come to the end of an aisle with a new toy I'd bought him. There was a little black girl. She was walking through the centre aisle, and she had a little toy too.
Right.
And they just looked at each other. He's not even 3 yet, my boy, and this girl was about the same age. And they just looked at each other, smiled, and then just walked away.
Like normal people.
Now, that's not racism, that's pure innocence.
Innocence.
So you can't say, what I've heard lately, that we're born racist.
Exactly.
That's one of the latest absurdities I've heard.
CRT. Critical race theory, inherent racism, systematic racism, white privilege. All white people are responsible for it. All white people are. So if you're white and you're watching this, you're responsible for it. You're inherently racist.
That's what they're trying to tell us.
We all are, apparently.
If somebody tells me that, I'm likely to lose my shit, to be honest.
Exactly. You don't go telling us that we're racist, mate. Bjorn will just pull a fucking razor blade out and slash you up. That's not how it works. We ain't racist. Our great-granddads, parents and all that fought in the wars against racists to defend this country.
And a lot of them laid down their lives for it too.
Exactly. This has always been one of the most liberal countries in the world.
There's not a better country in the world to live in if you're not Caucasian, then there's no better place for you to live in the world than Great Britain.
We are freedom. We are the Western pinnacle of greatness. And it's always been that way. People here have had an equal chance. They've always been treated fairly. And you can't deny it. You can't deny it. And the Labour Party are trying to make it out now like we're all like Nazis or something, and misogynist, racist, whatever. But it's all lies, people. It's all lies. And they're not the party they once were. The original Labour Party, they had a good point. They stood up. They got people to get rights. They had workers getting rights, getting wages, things like that. And now they got it. They don't know what else they want. So they went all woke, you see. They're jumping on bandwagons now. and they're clutching at straws, and it's just getting worse. They're digging their own graves. Society is crumbling to pieces. It's all gone upside down, mixed around.
And inside out.
And inside out too. We need a change. We need sensible people to step up and take the plate. We need sensible, rational thinkers and people that represent England and Britain as a whole. You need a good sense of status about you. If you're a PM or Prime Minister or Minister, you need to speak proper English and give an example to the world. You need to set an example. Now, if I was ever made Prime Minister, God forbid, if I was ever made Prime Minister, then I would make an effort, you know, I'd dress smart.
I don't know, John, I think you'd do a much grander job than these buffoons at the moment.
Yeah, but I'd make an effort. I'd buy myself a new mask, get a new suit, and I'd even start saying me words proper. I'd even try, because you should. We need leaders like that. Leaders that should make you want to aspire to be like them. It's no good just having raggedy tag leaders like what Jeremy Corbyn would have been like. Just some bloke down the pub leading the country. It's not right.
In his little comic hat, in his scabby jacket. Turning up to Remembrance Sunday in a scabby old coat.
Well, that's the
looked like he just found him round the back of Debenhams.
Exactly. That's the sort of example these people set. That's why most of the Labour supporters now are raggedy little hippies that are on the dole. Most of them are just social outcasts that can't get friends or lovers, so they look to Labour. And they're just really angry people, a lot of them.
What? We've seen the conference, didn't we?
Yeah, they're all angry.
They're sickly looking, ratty looking little angry people.
The little ratty one with the Working Class Heroes t-shirt was going all Hitler on him. What was that about? Flailing her arms around.
And she's supporting, saying Working Class Heroes on her t-shirt. She's supporting all the little muggets who don't want to do no fucking work.
Basically, yeah, the working class now don't even work. Most of them. So they're not really working class, are they? They're like a lower class again. A new breed. And that's thanks to Labour, that is. Because Conservatives wouldn't have that, not normally. Conservatives strive for a better nation. They like to give you the opportunity to get a job. But there are naturally people out there that don't like getting jobs. And it suits them to vote Labour, really, because they'll get more. They'll get more off of Labour. Labour will pander to them. Give them more bucks for their bang. Or bang for their buck. And that is Britain. Britain is, at the minute, it is a circus. Now, I am looking forward to seeing the Conservative conference, because I want to see what policies they're going to be pushing this time, because they need to be good. And
at least they'll look like a bunch of leaders anyway.
Yeah, they'll look respectable. You won't have no creepy little...
And they'll talk properly.
Yeah, yeah, most of them.
And they'll talk logically.
Exactly. We need more of that. Logic.
I thought it was like a circus watching that Labour conference, to be honest.
It basically was, Bjorn.
It was like, what freak they're going to bring out next?
That is reality. Reality is like that at the minute, people. Because reality is all upside down. All the freaks are out. They've all been let out the asylum, you see. The doctors are locked away.
Well, that's what I was going to say, yeah. They've taken over the fucking asylum.
They'll be pulling down the Union Jack soon, putting up a hammer and sickle. That's what they'll be doing. Won't be long. Trying to get rid of our Queen as well. If Labour had their way, they'd want to get rid of the royal family. Oh, I think that's bloody disgusting.
That gets my back right up, that do. Don't fuck with our royal family,
it's our heritage and history, innit? Once you got rid of that, then you're not even a country anymore. You may as well just give up. That's what would have happened if we would have joined Europe. They would have faded out our royal family, made us the state of Britain. But luckily, we Brexited. A lot of people don't like that we Brexited, but it's tough.
Brexit restored my faith in my fellow countrymen.
Oh, I'm losing it again. I'm losing it again with all these Labour supporters.
I don't think we'll actually know the real extent until the next election. I think what you find is the minorities, they got the biggest mouths, see? So they shout and shout, while the normal people, the majority, just stand by and let them shout and think, well, fuck you at the election. You cunts.
Yeah, it's evolving. Politics is evolving. Now, I see it all around the world.
I'd say devolving.
Devolving, yeah. Devolving. It means going backwards. You see, we had a great country once. We were once representatives of what a country should be. We were loyal to the world. We went out and helped everyone. We advanced the world. We had a great leadership. Strong prime ministers that didn't take no messing about. People like Churchill, Thatcher, and then it went up to people like Blair. And people like that in the world, they're major.
And that's the catalyst, isn't it? That's like the trigger for all the bullshit.
I think that started the end of the world, didn't it, basically, after we lost our greatest Prime Minister.
I think when the world does end, they'll look back, and when Blair got into power in number 10, they'll say that's when it began.
Yeah, around that time, I'd say. Sort of policies they started pushing through then, it's just, that's what led Labour to become what they are now. Just a fake version of what they've begun as. They're not really real Labour anymore, they're new Labour, if you can call them that.
Like you said, we need another Churchill or Thatcher. That's what we need.
Yeah, a leader that ain't gonna take no shit.
One that loves this country.
Boris is halfway there, but he's a bit too easily influenced. He needs more backbone. We need someone who's just a bit more like Farage. But I don't know if Farage will be that good because he's a bit fame-hungry a little bit. He's all about him, innit? Not on his stuff. He talks about Britain, but it's always about him. He's always on his videos, on his boats. But yeah, someone like that. We need maybe Tommy Robinson.
Oh, they'll love that, wouldn't
someone like that. That'll really turn the country
You'll have a
around.
load of little far-left little lunatics all melting down with heart attacks.
Yeah, draw them out, wouldn't it?
That would,
Draw them out. And he ain't really that bad a person, really. He's just a young lad that spoke the truth. Just because he pissed off a few extremists.
But all that what he was speaking about, he was called a racist and a Islamophobe for it. And then you find out what happens in like Rochdale and Rotherham and all these massive grooming gangs raping little girls.
All these people that are called far right and stuff like that, they're proved right in the end. Everything's come out in the news now. Tommy Robinson was right. So you can't really call him a racist for exposing the truth.
And also, he had a Muslim at his wedding. So
things like that. He's not a racist bloke. I've seen him with lots of ethnicities and people of all walks of life. But that is someone like that. You need someone who's going to speak truth to be a leader. That's a natural born leader, that is, our Tommy. And whether you like that or not, it's true. That's just the truth. And we need a strong leader, people, that's going to take control of our situation. And they say about the war on woke, that does need to happen because wokeness is like a cancer. It's just taking all the good work that humans have done over thousands of years, the evolution of man, building and advancing, and it's just mixing it all up and sending us backwards. That's what wokeness is about. Everything was fine. There wasn't no racism anymore. There wasn't no much homophobia anymore. And now it's all about, we're too racist, we're too homophobic, we're too against beating up women and things like that. Where's all this coming from, people? It's not right. It's just not right, Bjorn. The state of Britain, people. Our own government can't even keep its own people happy. We're importing homeless refugees. And it's not a racist thing,
We've got plenty of our own, though, ain't we?
Exactly.
Homeless people.
We got too many of our own, born here and bred here and abandoned by their own government.
And we give all our money to other countries. What's wrong with looking after our own people first, huh?
It's common sense, folks, it's common sense. It's like I was talking about before with immigration and things like that. Like when you pour the bucket theory. When you pour water into a bucket, you only pour it until it fills up sensibly. You don't keep pouring it or it explodes.
You have
all
to stop
over.
the flow, don't you?
You got to stop the flow. There's limits. The science is here for a reason. Physics and the outcome of effects and the butterfly effect and all that clever shit. That was thought up for a reason. Humans need science. If you didn't have science, then it'd just be crazy. Bloody troll face is back at it as well.
Not Funberg.
Yeah, Thunberg. She's been at some big speech, and she had the audacity to mock Boris Johnson, mind.
Well, that little troll.
A little troll,
She's
yeah.
mock Boris Johnson.
And at the same time, her foot soldiers are the ones causing people to die by blocking roads and
they're at it again, isn't they?
stopping ambulances. Yeah, they're called Insulate Britain, aren't they?
That's why they didn't want to call themselves, what was it before? The Extinction Rebellion,
Yeah.
because they got a bad fucking reputation.
It's all the same people. It's all the same crusty middle class hippies.
Exactly.
You see them on the TV. They're all semi-educated midwits that know just enough to sound quite intelligent, but they don't really know what they're on about.
I listened to a smart young fella the other day. He's one of these YouTubers, I think, or a blogger. I don't really know what that means, but he's Anomaly. He goes by Anomaly, and he was on this show, and he's saying about the climate change and how he used to be in support of it, but now he's not, because there's so much left to learn. Most of the planet is still unexplored, especially beneath the oceans, where he's saying recently they found volcanoes beneath the ocean. So this can all affect global warming, so kind of blows many of their theories out the fucking water.
Exactly. I watched a thing. It was two documentaries actually, saying that global warming is a natural process.
Like a cycle,
like
it
a
warms
cycle.
and it cools, it warms and it cools.
And every like million or billion years,
Why we've had ice
the
age
world
before.
kind of destroys itself and rebirths itself. So sooner or later it's going to happen anyway. It won't happen in our lifetime or our kids' lifetime or probably their kids' lifetime.
Just stop moaning about it. Enjoy the fucking hot summers, innit?
Just live, innit? Why'd you spend your free time out moaning? What's the point? Just
People
live.
are bored, aren't they?
They're
They're
bored.
not happy unless they're fucking moaning.
They got too much time, too much money, and they just need something to do.
Exactly, see, these Insulate Britain fools on the roads, they're all middle class, elderly people, most of them.
Usually.
Bored old bastards with
or
nothing to do.
angry middle-aged white women
As
that
well,
that ain't got husbands or boyfriends, and they need some sort of
And
attention.
they wonder why they've not got husbands and boyfriends.
Exactly. Most of them are butch, ain't they? And not just that. Even if they ain't, they got that personality where you just want to strangle them.
Exactly.
They'd piss you off too much, wouldn't they? They'd be questioning all your stuff.
Yeah.
I could never date a vegan.
Oh, God.
Not
no,
at all.
not me.
That's disgusting.
Don't they look ill? They look gaunt and frail.
I
don't they?
saw a midwife, an interview with a midwife the other day.
About the lack of nutrition if you don't eat meat.
And you know when you get a baby born and they got the placenta,
Oh, yeah,
they reckon that vegan placentas are worse than a smoker's placenta.
Because they don't get the
They
nutrition.
come
see?
out all black and manky and
Yeah.
shriveled up. And this was
And how does that then affect the baby?
a qualified nurse, exactly. She was
Yeah.
saying that. And I read another thing where these vegans, they're trying to make their animals vegan, and it's killing them, it's making them ill.
That's abuse, and there's animal
There was a
abuse.
vegan in Australia who fed her dog nothing but vegetables, and it died. Because that's all it got.
She should be charged, or he should be charged.
Dogs are
whoever
like
it was.
normal humans, They're omnivores. They need a bit of everything.
Yeah, exactly.
A bit of nutrition. A bit of meat to keep you strong.
See, they think they're doing a noble thing, but it's insanity, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's all about the carbon footprint,
Especially
and all that shit.
the
but
ones that go out preaching it. I mean, if you're gonna be a vegan, just do it and shut the fuck up, innit? Don't tell anyone about it. What's the point?
The worst one I seen about preaching about it on the fucking news. And the fella, he's from this insulate Britain. And the fella's asked him, is your home insulated? No. The fuck is that about him?
Hypocrites! That's reality! They're everywhere! Everywhere, mate! Left, right, behind, in front, everywhere. And you gotta use your mind and your eyes to spot them. I watched a brilliant comedy the other day. It was a film called Karen. It was where this they made this really over exaggerated racist evil white woman who who came and hunted down her next door neighbours. These two black people moved into her street and she had a really vendetta against them. And she was all snidey and they were making it out like she was a proper evil Hitler, but I thought it was hilarious the way they portrayed it.
I thought it was a comedy when I seen it.
But it was, I think.
It was funny, wasn't it, pretty much?
Obviously, there ain't no people like that for real. That's just
Of course
exaggerated
not.
bullshit.
That's what made it funny, see? Because there's no people don't act like that.
If they did, they'd get beat up or outcast,
or
wouldn't they?
arrested or
Because
whatever.
you don't, even normal people, no normal person puts up with a racist. You wouldn't have it. But it was hilarious, like how they were frightened of her. Like she put up a little camera on her ass.
And she's like a little
And they're like,
5 foot nothing fucking 7 stone woman, wasn't she? So
and,
scary.
And the blackbird's like, oh, come here. Karen's watching us. And they just put a camera on her ass. Everyone got fucking cameras on their ass. Calm down. It's like, and they're making a new Bond movie as well.
Wasn't there the premiere of that recently?
I think so.
I seen old Kate.
Kate?
Kate, you know, Duchess of Cambridge, I think, isn't it?
Oh,
Stunning she looked, didn't she, in her
Duchess.
dress?
Catherine, you mean? Duchess Catherine.
That's right, sorry, yeah.
Yes.
All right, you.
Sorry, I get upset a bit when people like talk about our royals incorrectly. Sorry, Bill.
Okay, I'll let that one go.
Well, I should imagine a lot of royals would like James Bond.
I imagine so, yeah, he's based on a
He's a good character, isn't he? He's like a traditional
English gentleman.
gentleman, yeah. I know he's a bit pimpy, he's a bit seedy with his women, but ain't most blokes. And if you were in his position, you probably would be. But, yeah, the Queen loves him. And especially that Daniel Craig, she done that clip with him before, where she pretended he was real. It was quite funny, actually. She jumped out of a helicopter.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. It was good, that one.
When we speak of the royals, obviously it always makes me a bit sad that we lost Prince Philip this year, or last year.
It's a sad day, I was very sad.
I remember it.
What man he was, eh?
He was brilliant, wasn't he? He was, I would have, if he was king of Britain, in an alternate reality, then it would be fucking amazing.
Oh, it'd be brilliant, wouldn't it?
He's exactly the sort of leader we would have needed. And
strong man. He had a hard childhood, didn't he?
And a heart of
hard
gold.
life, and he was an English hero by the end.
He had a heart
in
of
the
gold.
Navy and whatnot.
He did loads of charitable work, and he even had a tribe of tribal people, didn't he?
Like South Pacific
that
tribe,
worshipped him.
They would, yeah, I
as
know.
a god.
I know, yeah.
He was their patron.
Yeah.
That was amazing. Look that up, people. That's interesting.
It's amazing.
The tribe.
They think he come from the volcano.
They got a tribal legend, and they think that he's like the reincarnation of their great hero.
Ah.
It's interesting. It's called like the tribe that worship Prince Philip, something basic like that. But yeah, it was really interesting. I've always liked our royals, really. I think they are part of what makes Britain great.
Of course they are.
Because I think of a world without them. And a world without them would just be a dystopian world with all these grey politicians and no character. You wouldn't have no character. You wouldn't have our
I'm
army.
going back to Phil, see? You say character. What character he was.
What a character. You know, what other royals in the world can you say have got a character like Prince Philip did? You don't hear them talking about the King of Spain or any other European countries because they're all boring fuckers. But Prince Philip, he was a legend, mate. Fucking legend. And
And
that's...
proper dedicated to our country
Exactly.
too. He had a lot of sisters, didn't he, from Greece? And they all married before the war. All his sisters married Nazis. And he stayed committed.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Never
yeah.
knew that.
Oh, yeah.
I suppose Greece were quite allied, weren't they, with it? They're in the war. Greece and Turkey and all that. He got further than you think, didn't he? He got most of Africa as well. But we beat him, like we always do. That's reality. You don't fuck with Britain, people. That's just a tried and tested known fact. You don't fuck with Britain and you don't fuck with the USA. We got our fingers on the triggers, mate. And if you try bullying little countries or doing anything that's against the world and humanity, we'll be after you. And that's what people love about us. We butts our noses in the best way. We inspires people to fight back. And we don't have no shit, no tolerance, zero tolerance. Like Thatcher, Iron Fist, Thatcher, Churchill.
God save the Queen.
God save the Queen.
Remember that after the Falklands, when they was all done and dusted? And there's a speech, wasn't there, outside number 10.
I still remember.
And to finish the speech, it was God save the Queen.
I remember that as a kid, yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh, Maggie. That was another sad day when Maggie died.
And I'm fucking Danish. Oh, I love that.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. It's just a world-known thing. There's countries all over the world. You're not the only one. There's other countries that admire the way we do things, that want to be part of us. You get people from Africa travelling and becoming British citizens just to join our armies.
Just think Macy's happy.
Macy?
So carry on. Carry on.
Anyway, folks, it's been lovely chatting here. I've been Johnny, and he's been
Bjorn.
And this is reality.
Reality.
We will catch you on the next instalment of Reality. But for now, keep your eyes wide open, because they're coming to get you.